Coming up, we'll take a look at which teachers have impacted students' lives.
We'll also highlight the upcoming Clue production.
And we will get a sports update with Ella Harper. I'm Emery Case.
And I'm Nora Dromi. Welcome to the Panther Perspective.
Record, 2, 1.
Well, the first lunar bypass in 50 years happened this month. The Artemis II launched on April 1st, and they're the second mission to see the dark side of the moon.
Which brings us to this heartwarming story. While on the dark side of the moon, Commander Reed Wiseman and his crew saw a fresh crater and decided to name it. Here's a clip of them naming it.
And it's just to the northwest of that, at the same latitude as Ohm, and it's a bright spot on the moon. And we would like to call it Carol, and you spell that C-A-R-R-O-L-L.
They decided to name it after Wiseman's late wife Carol, who died of cancer in 2020. This request followed the same path as Apollo 8 in 1968 when Jim Lovell named a prominent lunar peak, Mount Marilyn, after his wife.
Now, back to Earth. Downtown Siloam Springs will be hosting the annual Dogwood Festival on April 24th through 26th. The festival has been a staple in Siloam Springs since 1974, and the festival will have over 200 booths, providing a wide variety of finds including arts and crafts, handmade items, gifts, and vintage finds. Also, don't forget about the infamous and delicious root beer served each year. Coming up after the break, we'll cover some high school news and hear from Ella Harper with this week's Panther Sports Report.
In 2014, actor Matthew McConaughey made his infamous Three Things speech, where he talked about three people that he needs in his life. Someone he looks up to, someone he looks forward to, and somebody that he chases. Today, we're going to take to the halls to ask the students the exact same questions.
Someone I look up to is my brother. Someone I look forward to, I'll say my wife and kids, my future wife and kids. And then something that I chase, I would say Mercedes AMG, for sure.
Someone I look up to is Adrian Dominguez, someone that I look forward to is Plo, and something that I chase is my nursing career.
I look up to LeBron. I look forward to Adrian Dominguez, and I chase Adrian Dominguez.
I look up to Garrett Wheeler. I look forward to Adrian Dominguez, and I chase that bag.
Someone I look up to is McCaney, and forward to is Adrian Dominguez, and someone I chase, I would say Chris Gunter.
Someone I look up to, Mr. Deaver. Somebody I look forward to, Garrett Wheeler, and then somebody. What was the last question? Chase, Jesus Christ.
Students, Atlas summative testing will start this week and continue through next week.
Tomorrow will be Algebra 1 and Geometry, and testing on Wednesday will be Writing.
Testing on the following week will be April 22nd with Reading and April 23rd with Biology.
Please make sure to be prepared and remember to bring your Chromebook and charger. Our community clinic is offering free sports physicals to all district students on April 28th at the middle school and April 29th at the high school. The deadline to register is April 26th. Pre-registration is required in order to do this.
The theater department has been working on a new play to premiere later this month. The comedy mystery classic Clue will be taking the stage on April 24th and running until April 26th. Panther TV reporter and my co-host Nora Dromi met with some of the actors to get their take on this adaptation.
Following the exciting announcement of this spring's one-act play, the cast of Clue spends around 9 hours a week in rehearsal preparing to perform.
I think the show is going to be really entertaining for anyone who comes to watch. There's a bunch of little jokes from one character specifically which I just think and everyone in the cast has agreed, like, there's one character, and I'm sure when he gets interviewed, he'll say that, but Colonel Mustard is hilarious. He's kind of just an idiot.
He is what it says, a puffy, pompous blowhard of a military man. It's quite the person.
Yeah, so my role is Professor Plum, and so he's kind of a cocky, arrogant, I think he's described as full of himself, and I'm starting to think I got typecasted for that. Everyone else doing their roles, they like put on a different voice and they talk different, and then I'm starting to realize that I'm just talking how I normally talk and I sound normal to me.
I am so excited. I mean, first of all, it's more serious, but it's also really funny, which I think the audience will really enjoy.
I think it's going to be a really great show. It's going to be entertaining. I think the end is really well done, so I'm really excited.
Stay tuned for upcoming show dates and ticket prices.
I cannot wait to see Clue live. Here's some details. The first show is during school on April 24th. The show is for students and will start at 1:30. Tickets will be $3 per student. April 26th and the 27th is open to the public and will start at 6 p.m. on Saturday and 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Congratulations to our Teacher of the Month, Mrs. Collier, and our Student of the Month, Peter Bellamy. They have shown exceptional character, and we are proud to have them be a part of our school.
We are quickly closing in on the end of school, and this brings festivities along with it. There are a lot of events happening between now and the last day of school.
Here's a few of the events coming up to add to your calendar. The CTE Completers and Senior Awards Ceremony will be held on May 1st.
The Scholarship Awards program and reception will be on May 4th.
May 15th is the graduation practice, with the official graduation taking place on May 16th.
We all have a teacher that has made a profound impact on our lives. Panther TV reporters Jalen Baum and Teresa Gutierrez went out to interview students to see what teachers come to mind.
Teachers have both emotional and academic impacts on their students. We have gathered students today and asked the question, what teacher has impacted you?
I would say Mr. Morrisman. He teaches biology and environmental science. He always makes sure that whenever we walk into his class that we all want to be involved. He's a really good teacher. He always just puts a smile on people's face. And being a teacher is made a really big difference because I haven't had a lot of good science teachers before.
I really appreciate Mr. Stanley. He teaches English too, or at least did when I was in class. Something that they helped with academically was really just the entirety of English. He always made sure I was doing my best work, always came back, talked to me about mistakes I could have made and how to fix them. He puts a lot of effort into what he does. Mr. Stanley's always very nice, caring. He likes to help out whenever a kid needs help, and he tries his best to actually do his job the best he can.
Each teacher brings something unique and special to their classroom, and that special something impacts students greatly. Students find classrooms that they really enjoy, and they take that joy throughout their day.
One teacher I really appreciate is Ms. Beacon, and she teaches interior and fashion design. She's definitely there for students. She doesn't just teach the subject, but she teaches more. She teaches you life skills, responsibility, just everything you need to be a great citizen.
If I could come up to him and tell him that I really like his class, which I think he knows that because I talk to him a lot, I would probably tell him to keep on being a teacher because I want him to be my teacher, science teacher, for the rest of my high school years.
Teachers do more than just teach a subject. They set a good example of how to live our lives as students and growing adults. Thank you, teachers, for what you do.
Thank you, teachers, for being there for us and for getting us to learn new things.
Seniors, there is a required meeting on April 20th.
It will be located in the seminar room, and you can choose to go at 3 times, 9:45, noon, or 1:15. It will last an hour.
Up next, we have Ella Harper coming up with this week's Panther Sports Report.
Thanks guys. Starting off with baseball tomorrow, the varsity baseball team plays Farmington at 5. They also play Gentry on Thursday and then play Van Buren that Friday. The softball teams also play this week. They start off by playing tomorrow against Farmington, and then they play at Rogers Heritage on Wednesday and at Van Buren on Friday. The soccer teams play this week too. They play Farmington at home tomorrow at 7, and they play Van Buren on Friday. Finally, varsity track has a meet this Thursday at the Gravette Lion Invitational. Now, swim may be out of season, but they recently went to state, so Panther Perspective reporters made a swim package.
The swim team is a co-ed sport with so many people that have worked tirelessly throughout the winter competing and practicing. Let's take a look at why our swimmers love their team.
I love the friendships that have been made. I have so many friends through swim now, and just how connected we all are together. It's so fun to just I'm always there laughing, having a good time, but also we can stay very focused and get a lot done.
Just hanging out with the team and having that team culture of just encouraging people, encouraging everyone, cheering them on, but also pushing each other to be their best.
I really like that even though most of the time you perform individually, we have a really strong community and great teamwork within the team.
The swim team seems like so much fun, but these swimmers are not just on the team for the social aspect. They dedicate themselves, their time, and their effort to this sport.
Alright, here we go. We kind of tapered back a little bit on the workouts, but really honed in on what I needed to focus on.
But I really tried my hardest to practice outside of practice. I went to the gym in the morning and I swam whenever I could.
We are so proud of all of these swimmers for how they have devoted themselves to their team.
If you are interested in swim, make sure to reach out to Coach Blackwell at blackwellb@gosiloam.com. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Ella, and thank you for watching this episode of the Panther Perspective. We would also like to thank Will Emmons for his work in producing some of the episodes this year. This is his last one to produce. Thanks, Will.
There are only a couple more of these left in the year, so make sure to watch them on the Panther TV YouTube channel. I'm Emery Case.
And I'm Nora Dromey. Have a great week.